I'd like to call to order the Wednesday, June 26, 2024 City of Battle Creek Planning Commission meeting. Can we get roll call for attendance?
Commissioner Hughes?
Here.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Here.
Commissioner Godfrey?
Here.
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Morse?
Here.
Commissioner Dennison?
Here.
Commissioner Moten?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Right on time.
Mayor Benke?
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that. On to approval of minutes. Are there any questions on the minutes?
Yeah, I need to make an adjustment. I was not here at the last meeting, and it shows that I was present.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
Motion to approve and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Mr. Chairman, who was that support?
It was Mayor Benke.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Is there any correspondence?
No correspondence?
Okay. Any additions or deletions?
No additions, no deletions.
Okay. We will move on to public hearings and deliberations. We have one text amendment, number R1-24. This is a request from the City of Battle Creek to consider amendments to sections 1240 and 1263 of the City of Battle Creek zoning code pursuant to section 1281.01. I would suggest, as staff gives a report, we kind of handle it chapter by chapter. Start with 1240 and then it's 1263 after that. And then after each chapter, we just pause quickly for technical or clarifying questions from commissioners. All right.
So the first proposed revision to Chapter 1240 is the removal of agritourism as a special use in the Green and R1R single-family residential districts. This was discussed among staff as generalized and specialized farms, which underlie agritourism as a use, are not permitted in the Green and R1R districts. We felt that removing agritourism would align better with the stated purpose of the Green and R1R uses as well.
Okay. You can continue with the rest of the chapter.
Yes. And the second set of proposed revisions adds language throughout Chapter 1240 that clarifies the size and placement of accessory dwelling units. It also adds detached setbacks where detached accessory dwelling units are allowed. For clarification, this is how the city has been treating accessory dwelling units up to this point. We are just clarifying and making the language explicit in the ordinance.
All right.
Those are all for Chapter 1240.
Okay. Are there any technical or clarifying questions from the commissioners on this chapter? Seeing none, we can move on to the next chapter.
The proposed revisions in Chapter 1263.09, Commercial and Industrial Districts, as part of the sign code, consists of two sections. First is regarding the maximum height requirement for wall signs in these districts, which we propose to remove that requirement. This will only affect wall signs being built in the T4 and T5 districts, as the existing maximum height requirement only impacts wall signs in those districts. When considering removing this requirement, to assist with a proposal that has come in to the city, we reviewed the Kalamazoo and Jackson city ordinances for their requirements. Neither one has a requirement similar to ours that currently exists, saying that a wall sign may not exist above the second-story window in their equivalent district types. The second revision is a change of the maximum area requirements to regulate larger signs on larger projects. The same project brought this to our attention, and as above, we've also reviewed the Kalamazoo and Jackson city ordinances for their core downtown districts. They allowed for slightly different calculations of the total area, but didn't allow signs to exceed 200 square feet on these larger walls in their central commercial districts. These two are used as examples for setting the benchmark in our own city ordinances.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any technical or clarifying questions on that chapter for city staff from commissioners? Seeing none, perfect. The city is making this request, so we don't have an applicant to hear from. I'll move on to public comment. Seeing no public, we're in a good position here. Okay. Are there any commissioner questions at this point? No questions? I'd be looking for a motion to make a recommendation here.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve a presented amendment to remove the agri-tourism from Chapter 1240 of the City of Battle Creek zoning code pursuant to Section 1281.01.
Okay. Support. Got motion and support. I do have a question. Your motion stated the agritourism aspect by itself. Does that include all of the amendments or just the one you stated?
The other part of 1240?
Yeah.
No, just agritourism in this case.
Okay. So the motion then is to make recommendation for approval of the agritourism then, and then we've got support for that. I guess we can vote on it section by section then. Is everyone, okay. We will call for a vote.
Commissioner O'Donnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Moton,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Commissioner Godfrey,
Yes.
Commissioner Dennison,
Yes.
Mayor Banky.
Yes.
All right.
And I do have another motion.
Now we have another motion for the remainder of the Chapter 1240 and Chapters 1263.
I move the approval of presented language to clarify the size and placement of accessory dwelling units across the district in which they are allowed as part of Chapter 1240 of the City of Battle Creek zoning code pursuant to Section 1281.01.
Commissioner Gray, support.
All right, we've had a motion and a support.
Support.
We've got support on support. Okay. Any comments or questions? Call a vote.
Commissioner O'Donnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Moton,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Commissioner Godfrey,
Yes.
Commissioner Dennison,
Yes.
Mayor Banky.
Yes.
All right. So we've covered agribusiness. That's all of 1240, correct?
Mhm.
All right, so now we just have 1263. Is there a motion to, yes, Commissioner?
I make a motion to approve revisions to Chapter 1263 sign ordinance to remove the maximum height requirement for wall signs in commercial and industrial districts as presented by staff pursuant to Section 1281.01 of the City of Battle Creek zoning code.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any comments or questions on that from commissioners? Vote.
Mayor Banky,
Yes.
Commissioner Godfrey,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dennison,
Yes.
Commissioner Gray,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell,
Yes.
Commissioner Moton,
Yes.
Commissioner White,
Yes.
All right, we covered the height. Now we have the size.
And I
A motion?
If anyone else wants to take a shot at it, but I do have one
He's
prepared.
prepared. I like it.
Motion to approve revisions of Chapter 1263 sign ordinance to change the maximum area required to regulate larger signs as or projects as presented by city staff of Section 1281.01 of the City of Battle Creek zoning code.
There's been a motion. Do we have support?
Support.
Support has been made. Can we, any comments or questions? That was, who was the support? Thank you. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, we can move to a vote.
Commissioner Morse?
Approve.
Commissioner Dennison?
Yes.
Commissioner Godfrey?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner Gray?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes?
Yes.
Commissioner White?
Yes.
Commissioner Moton?
Yes.
All right. That should complete all of the motions that we need. Perfect.
This will be forwarded to the City Commission for their July 2nd meeting to be introduced.
Perfect. Thank you for that. All right. That is our only public hearing for the day, so now we can move on. Is there any old business?
No old business.
Any new business?
No new business.
Any comments from the public? Seeing none. Any comments by staff or commissioners? Commissioner?
I would like to thank the city staff for these last couple months when we've been going over this tedious work. And we've got the easy part. The staff had the hard part, and they did an outstanding job. And the presentation was very clear and understanding, and I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Was
We have a
there,
vote?
was there another question?
Yes, I have a question. Could we get an update from staff on the Olive Garden? Believe it or not, it generates so much interest in the community.
Yes.
That I cannot try to eliminate the number of phone calls I get.
Yes. We are happy to say that they were approved for site plan a few weeks ago, and we are expecting building permit applications any day now.
Thank you very much.
So, very exciting. Oh, building permits are here, I just found out from Melody, so.
They paid for them too?
Absolutely.
Good.
Commissioner
That's
Godfrey.
good. That's all good news. It just shows more faith.
Right.
As an add-on, does this include the separate issue of the Texas Roadhouse? And are these being planned in the general vicinity of the Horrocks end of Lakeview Square?
Yes, we are still working with the Texas Roadhouse. They are just on a temporary hold. We have had similar discussions with the Texas Roadhouse as have been had with Olive Garden. So we are hopeful that they're not out of the market yet, but they are on a hold. They have new executive directors, so they're taking time to kind of step back and see how things are financially. But we are hopeful that they'll move forward.
And is it in the general vicinity of the east end of Lakeview Square?
Yes,
Great.
yes.
There is a lot of public interest.
All right.
Now, is there a third new restaurant that's contemplating?
We have just heard from a Jimmy John's drive-through that would propose to be located near the J.C. Penney's end of the building. We are working with them. We are going to have a concept meeting with them soon to discuss the concept plan that was submitted.
Thank you very much.
So we've seen some stuff on the internet about the former state police post on Columbia and also a drive-through coffee shop. Is there any enlightenment there?
Yes, this is, it's a very small drive-through coffee shop. They work diligently to squeeze a coffee shop into a very small property and did a really nice job working with staff to do that. So as you can see, they're under construction. Yeah.
I certainly hope that it is successful, since we had one other tiny little coffee shop thrown in about 2 blocks to the east of that didn't make it. So
Yeah,
if we get these new things in Battle Creek, I hope the citizens will support them.
yes, exactly. It's important.
Thank you so much.
Any further comments, questions? All right. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, staff, for your hard work. This meeting is adjourned.